I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey.
Welcome back. Episode number 23. Today, we are talking about all the new things going on with the luxury side of listings in Fayette County and Payton. This is going to be the star of the show. We're going to talk to Payton all about what's going down with this new luxury community that's coming. So, stop at the top of the show, though. I'm Tyler Willis, Tyler Willis Photography. Kick it over to Payton.
Yep, I'm Payton with Payton Peoples and Company, Keller, Williams, Realty, Atlanta Partners.
I'm Megan with CrossCountry Mortgage out of Peachtree City.
Yes, Christian.
That's it. The international man of mystery, Christian. Okay, Payton, tell me, cat's out of the bag. We got a new community coming here in. Is it Fayetteville?
It is. Yes.
Wow. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the name of this new luxury community?
So it's called Eva Gardens, and it is going to be in the Whitewater School District. So they've already graded the lot, the land out. They've started pouring the curbs for the road. And then isn't that interesting that the curbs go in before the road does? But
yeah, makes no get it.
Yeah. And then the road should be going in this week, which is exciting. Ooh. And it has a lake in this community. So there will be lake access for people to enjoy, which it'll just be a fun amenity that's different. And nice. Yeah, the biggest thing is that it's going to be 35 lots and it's all super luxury. So if that white and black aesthetic really catches your eye, that's what the entire neighborhood will be.
Nice. So what part of Fayetteville is this in? That way that we can go ahead and send all the lovebirds over there as soon as the pavement's out there. And we can go find some stuff out there with some hot tooey up on that sucker. Hey, come on. It's a good meme
relevant.
So far. That's
keeping
right.
It relevant.
Right.
I appreciate that.
So we did.
Yes. So it's off Red Wine and Old Sonoya Road. So if you're familiar with that part of Fayetteville, it's where like the Kiwanis Fairgrounds, the park and everything is back there near the Lakemont neighborhood. It's very, very close to there. So nice. It's very centralized to everything. Mm-hmm. You can get to the south side of Peachtree City in less than 10 minutes. You can get to downtown Fayetteville in less than 10 minutes. So, and it's connected to the Fayetteville cart paths. So Fayetteville and Peachtree City don't talk to each other yet, but that area of Fayetteville has their own cart path system. So you could still get a golf cart if you wanted, which is awesome.
Nice.
And we're in the process of choosing the floor plans now. So the stuff that I'm seeing is very exciting. It's very luxury. It is the most incredible stuff that I have seen yet. So if you're like me and you scroll TikTok and you're like, ooh, that home tour, like I want that house. That's what this neighborhood is going to feel like. So that part is very exciting. And everybody will have gas lanterns. So we have that touch too.
I see that right there. That's a touch of luxury because I've done a couple of neighborhoods that have those. And at nighttime, you just go in with just that little flicker.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's when you know you're in a luxury neighborhood.
Yeah. And then the other really important part is that when we were brought in, so my business partner in this, her name is Joanna. She'll actually be a guest on the podcast here in a couple weeks. But when I was approached about this project, I was like, I know my limits and I know that I cannot handle this by myself. Mm-hmm. So she's going to be a co-list agent with me. So she's going to help me manage this project, which is great. And so the two of us for the price of one, but also the fact that you get two agents' perspectives of what the market is really needing. So we're really taking a lot of the feedback that we're getting from people in the market really love, what they don't love and polling a lot of other agents who work in this space to see, what does the market really want right now? And I straight up looked at this team and I was like, if you build anything that does not have a master on the main,
you've already missed the mark.
I'm out. I'm done. I'm just not doing it. And they were like, okay, heard.
Yep.
So everything that we're considering is either a ranch. So we'll have ranch options, which is great. Or it will be a 2-story home, but with a master on the main and everything's super bright and open, lots of windows. all the things that you want at $1 million price point.
What about doors?
Now,
what'd you say?
What about doors? A lot of
that's
doors.
what I was going to ask. Yeah, like what is
doors.
like what is the facades looking like?
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Like it's a mix of like French country, traditional, but also modern. So a lot of those very like swoopy roof lines. You'll get a lot of architectural detail that you're not seeing in a lot of other places, but we're very much staying away from like the farmhouse feel. So no like shiplap, that kind of stuff. We're staying
Goodbye,
away.
Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I'm so over that trend.
Yes. So, there were good and bads from all of those things, but we're trying to take all the goods that we're seeing everywhere nationally, all over the place, that everybody's like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love that.
Love it.
We're talking about the hidden pantries, the butler pantries that are like behind the cabinets where you don't see it there, but it's there. Stuff like that, and stuff where you can still have a space for your kids, but they don't have to be right next to you, those types of things. So
Nice.
We're trying to make options for everybody. So we're not really focusing on one specific type of client. We've had people in their 20s and 30s who are very successful reach out about wanting this for their young family. We've also had people who are empty nesters just needing a home for just them as a couple.
From the soccer teams, this is a great place for you as well.
Yes.
So, let's be real
here. And the best thing is that there's space. So it's not 35 lots right on top of each other. All of the lots are at least an acre. Some are up to 2 acres. So the 2-acre lots might have some bigger floor plans that we decide on later. But yeah, right now it's looking like that 3,500 to 4,000 square foot range is kind of where we're settling on. And probably between 1 to 1.5 is probably going to end up being our sweet spot for financing. Yeah.
I like that. Well, how about front porches? Is this place going to have like nice front porches?
So that's the other thing, is some of them will and some of them won't. So I think there'll be a good mix for people who are really attracted to that. But then also, because I think what you give up with having a front porch is the ability to have a lot of large windows. True. And a lot of what we're looking at is like a whole wall of windows, like on the front of the house, to let as much light in as possible. So there might be some like stoop stops. Yeah. So, but they'll be different, because not everybody wants a huge front porch.
I like that. Especially like if you're on an acre and you're like, if their house is set back and you're like not right on the road, you don't really want a front porch. You kind of want like a more secluded backyard kind of situation.
Right. And there'll be plenty of room for people. We talked about the fact amenity packages. What are people wanting? And we all said, well, at this price point, we really feel like a community pool probably isn't hitting the mark. You probably want your own pool at this price point and with the space you have in your backyard. So we're taking all of those things into consideration when we're considering the floor plans for each lot and where the houses will go on each lot, so that there's the appropriate amount of space in the backyards should you want to add an entertaining space.
I like that. Cool. What about sidewalks, street lamps? Like, what does that part look like with the community?
Yeah, check, all of it. So all of that is super important to us. We came in on the project. They hadn't really made any decisions about this kind of stuff. And we were like, look, we're here to help. So, we immediately put our thinking caps on and we're like, if this is where I was purchasing, like personally, what would I want? I would want a whole experience, because now with new construction, you can't have a mailbox at the end of your driveway. There's like a community mailbox center.
Yep.
So we were like, we don't want it to just be, just drive past it and it's just like an afterthought. We want you to have an experience of wanting to walk your dog or take your kids on a walk or whatever in order to go get the mail, like something just as simple as that. Or if you're one of the lake lots, like how can you utilize your space in enjoying the view, but also being able to use it well. Like, we're trying really hard to think about how this is going to be impacted on every single lot level, not just in general, let's just throw some houses out there and see what happens.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. But what's exciting is everybody is part of this. We're bringing CrossCountry in, Tyler's in, like we're all doing our part to make this come to life. So that's going to be the most exciting part because, you know, it's hard for a lot of people to see a pile of dirt and imagine that being their home. Mm-hmm. So the architect that we're working with has the ability, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's on TikTok sometimes. And I always thought this was the coolest thing. And it would help me a lot because I'm a visualization type of person. You're able to they have like a huge warehouse and they project your floor plans onto the floor so that you can actually walk the floor plan and you can understand, so cool. You know, spatial awareness of where things actually are going to be and how things, you know, did you really want that cabinet that close to that one or did you want more space? And it just allows the buyer a much more intimate process of building their home because you get to walk it before it's ever built. Cool. So it's those. And
where are they located?
The architects?
Yeah.
Here. They're here
sweet. Local people. Yeah. Nice. That's always nice.
Yep. So, cool. And they've built a lot of the more modern commercial stuff that has popped up around here, but there's also a huge commercial project that's coming on 54 that if you're familiar with where the like salt spa is and that like plot of land that has been for sale my entire life up until like right where the dive center is, but the opposite side of the street, all of that is about to be developed by the same architect, same team of people. That's all going to look a lot like the best thing I can describe it as if you're familiar with what the Line Creek Bus Barn in Fayetteville looks like, all of that is going to have that same feel.
Cool.
So, yeah, this team of people really knows what they're doing and they needed the real estate side to come in and really know what they were doing as well and bring a team of people in that knew what they not only what they were doing but what the market was doing and what the market needs in order to make this successful. Because I mean, heck, you can build a house anywhere, but if it's not what the market needs, everybody's wasted their time.
So one thing I've been really curious is like in this price point of houses, I mean, what new stuff do you see like energy efficiency kind of stuff, you know, in these houses? What do you see? What's new that you haven't seen before?
They are very in tune with what all the options should be for building materials and making sure that everything from the foundation to the wrap they use on the house to the insulation inside, that all of that is the highest quality, most energy efficient materials that we could use. That's been cool listening to the conversations even at this level, because they're like, okay, well, if we get this floor plan and we do this pricing and we pay attention to these things, and even if we make some modifications here, once we've used all of our level of things, is the profit really gonna be they're paying attention to the bottom line very carefully, even at this point when it's just a pile of dirt. So that's been very refreshing to be part of and to listen to these conversations, because it's not something that I think a lot of people or builders pay attention to. I think a lot of times they just say, oh, well, that works. Whatever we used last time, just throw that up there. We'll just keep using that. We'll just keep going. Yep. But these guys are really, really paying attention to every single detail.
That's fantastic.
So we're very excited. It's going to be probably this fall when we'll actually see the first house start being built. But we want some pre-sales before then. So there's going to be a lot of pushed out material here in the next couple of weeks of the floor plans that get decided on. We do have two currently. We have a ranch and we have a 2-story that we've decided on. There might be some modifications that get made later, but at this point, those are the two that we're running with. This is a long-term project. This isn't something where like a nationwide builder is going to come in and throw up a whole neighborhood in 6 months. Like this is a long-term gig. Yep. So, you know, it'll be probably at least a couple of years before the whole neighborhood is finished and built out.
My next question that leads into that, have they thought through, like, when they go in and they clear all the trees out, like they're not clear cutting and then replanting? Are they going to be more like, okay, good? Because that's like the first thing that ticks me off is like, you've got this gigantic area of beautiful trees and you cut them all down and then you got to replant
wipe it all clean. Right.
Okay. No. So they're going to be more intentional.
Yes. So everything is very very much intentional, and they specifically want to keep as much of the trees and foliage and everything as possible. So you'll still get this brand new construction home, but with the privacy of not
hundreds
new
of
trees.
Yep. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So it's really fun to be part of a project with people who are paying attention to every detail and thinking through what your level of comfort is going to be living in this house and what that's going to feel like.
That's awesome. The thing that I'm most excited about is the families that are going to be coming into the area too, because it's like, yes, some people will try to sell their house to move in here, but it's going to bring in new families to the area. So that's what I'm most excited about too.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. Which other? Atlanta United. You can move here a little bit closer to us.
That's
Please
right. Come on down.
We would love to have you.
I mean, I'll just drive by.
Yes.
That's funny.
I'll say hi.
Hello.
I know you can't understand what I'm saying, but you're beautiful.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's amazing.
I really want to go see the first house.
I know. Me too.
And throw a party.
Me too.
Yeah. So we'll probably have some really cool events and things that, a lot of our listeners and stuff can come and join us at and hang out with us and see the final products and stuff once things have moved on a little bit. We'll probably be in the beginning of next year, but it's gonna be great. I'm pretty excited.
Sounds good.
Has it had is there a logo yet, or is it still like in?
So we're still working on it. Yeah, it's one of those things that every little tweak we make, it's like something's missing. It doesn't feel quite right yet, which is in those types of things, especially in our world, it's really important to make sure that those things feel right before we move forward with it. So right now, the logo, the long logo that you might have seen in a couple of other places that just says the name, we're just kind of using that as
makes sense.
What we need for right now. But all the pretty things are still coming.
I love it. And to be perfectly frank, I'm tired of photographing neighborhoods where you have this much in between each house.
Right.
And so you no longer feel like it's a home. It feels like you might as well be like, hey, open your window and just talk to your neighbor at that point.
Hey, can I have a cup of sugar?
Exactly. So I love the idea that they're being intentional of going hey, we want to start a community, but we know everybody wants a little bit of land. I like that.
Right. So we want to be able to give the people who are in the market the feel of Trilith, but with space. So if you're familiar with what Trilith feels like and that French country scene, it's gonna feel like that, but with some breathing room.
I love it. Yeah. Uh-oh. It looks like Christian's got something. What you pulling out?
It's a kid.
Kid.
That's funny.
No, it's I ordered this.
Oh no!
I like it.
I was supposed to put it in my car, but
oh my god,
that's amazing!
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so proud.
I read it, but this is what it says.
It'll be. That's fun. That's fun. This will be on the Tessie in just a few minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Well, Payton, congratulations. I can't wait to see all these places, especially as soon as I start seeing some floor plans, we can start visualizing a little bit more. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, guys, that episode 23, all things luxury coming to Fayette County. If you got any questions, hit us up, the home tour podcast at gmail.com. Until next time, peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy.